In a world engulfed by fitna, tyranny, and unprecedented upheaval, there lies an ancient promise whispered across centuries: the return of a divinely guided leader. From the depths of Islamic scripture to echoes in the Israelite past emerges a single figure: al-Mahdi, the awaited one. Who is al-Mahdi? Imam Mahdi, a name etched deeply in the collective consciousness of millions across the Muslim world. Derived from the Arabic word huda, meaning guidance, al-Mahdi translates to the rightly guided one. He is not merely a political figure or a reformer. He is a divinely appointed leader sent to fill the earth with justice, just as it was filled with tyranny. Referenced in Sunan Ababi DBD Hadith 4282. The Prophet said, "Even if only one day remains of this world, Allah will prolong it until He sends a man from my family whose name will be like mine, and whose father's name will be like my father's. He will fill the earth with justice and equity, just as it had been filled with tyranny and oppression." Lineage of Mahdi, a descendant of the Prophet. The Mahdi is from the direct lineage of the Prophet Muhammad, through his daughter Fatima. This lineage is not symbolic. It is literal, powerful, and preserved. He is described as having a broad forehead, a prominent nose, and a luminous face. From Musnad al-Mahdi is from Usulul Bayt. Also reaffirmed in Sunan ibn Mājah, the Mahdi is from my lineage. From the children of Fatima, rise in chaos, the era of his emergence. But who is he, and when does he rise? The Mahdi emerges at a time when the world is drowning in chaos. Civil war, fitna, moral collapse, and geopolitical fractures reach a breaking point. The Ummah will be leaderless, torn between conflicting ideologies, while the West and East face internal collapse and external wars. Sahih Muslim, Book 54 states, "He will appear at a time of great dispute among people and earthquakes." Bihar al-Anwar, Volume 52 mentions, "The Mahdi will rise when fear has enveloped the world, the earth has shaken, and people have become enemies of each other." The prophetic signs. Before the Mahdi appears, the Prophet gave clear signs before the Mahdi's emergence, not metaphorical, but precise. The appearance of the Sufyani, a tyrannical leader from Syria, committing horrific acts. Al-Ghayba, by Imam Hadith, #1023. One of the certain signs before the Mahdi is the rise of Sufyani, who will spread oppression and bloodshed in Damascus and Iraq. Black flags will rise from Khorasan, modern-day Iran, and Afghanistan. Sunan ibn Mājah Hadith 4082. Black banners will come from the east. Nothing will stop them until they are planted in Jerusalem. The killing of a righteous leader in Mecca, and a voice from the sky as narrated in Bihar al-Anwar, Volume 52. His revolution. The Mahdi's global mission. The Mahdi's mission is not symbolic reform, is a global spiritual and military transformation. Musnad Aḥmad. He will lead Muslims in battle. Allah will give him victory in lands. He will establish justice. He will confront the greatest tyrants, including Sufyani, corrupt leaders in Arabia, and superpowers of the West. His rule will begin from Mecca, where he will be reluctantly pledged allegiance between the Roshan and Maqam Ibrahim. Sunan, Abab, DBD Book 37, Hadith 4283. People will pledge allegiance to him against his will. He'll refuse, but they will force him from there. The Mahdi leads the Ummah through a series of prophetic wars, some so severe they are compared to the battles of Badr. Bihar al-Anwar. Volume 52 p. 205. He will fight such battles that the hearts of men will tremble. The Israel connection. Echoes in Bani Israel's prophecies. Could the Mahdi also be hinted at in ancient Israelite traditions? Some scholars suggest parallels between the Mahdi and the Jewish concept of the Mashiach ben David, a final redeemer from the lineage of David, who will establish divine justice and restore God's rule on earth. The overlap is striking. The Mahdi story resonates with apocalyptic themes found in the book of Daniel, Ezekiel, and Isaiah, referring to an end-times war, a righteous leader, and the defeat of the king of the north. Could this shared archetype hint at a spiritual convergence in the end times, or a final divergence. Mahdi and Jesus, the divine alliance, one of the most profound alliances in end times prophecy, is that between Mahdi's the Mahdi and Prophet Isa. Sahih Muslim Hadith 2897a. Jesus, son of Mary, will descend, and he will pray behind the Mahdi. This signifies not just unity, but a culmination. The Mahdi leads the Ummah militarily and politically, while Isa descends as a follower to spiritually validate Islam's finality and confront the Dajjal. Together, they will dismantle the false systems, both political and theological. His governance, the golden era after war. Once the tyrants fall and the wars subside, Mahdi establishes a caliphate, unlike any since the era of the rightly guided Khalifa. Bihar, al-Anwar, Volume 52p. 182. The Mahdi will distribute wealth equally, abolish class systems, and rule with such justice that even the earth will yield its blessings. No oppression, no class divides. Even animals, the skies and the earth will respond with harmony. Al-Ghayba p. 262. The sheep will graze with wolves. Children will play with snakes, without harm. The final wars. Before and after, yet the peace does not last forever. After years of golden rule, tribulations return, especially the invasion of Gog and Magog. But by then, the Mahdi's task will be fulfilled. It is Isa who deals with their threat. Sunan Abu Dāwūd, Hadith 4292. After Isa defeats Dajjal, he will lead against Ya'juj and Mājah, and Allah will destroy them. Thus, the Mahdi's mission closes, a bridge between the era of corruption and the true return of divine law on earth. Are we near? With world powers collapsing, morality in decline, regional wars intensifying, and black flags once again seen in the east. Many ask, have the signs already begun? Bihar al-Anwar, Volume 52 pg 232. The signs will follow like the beads of a necklace, once the string is cut. But beware. The Prophet also warned not to hasten or falsely claim Mahdi's arrival. His emergence is real, but only Allah decides the hour. Musnad Aḥmad, Ibn Hanbal. Volume 4, page 181. If you see him, pledge to him, for he is the Caliph of Allah, the Mahdi. The Mahdi is not just a man, he is a mirror of what the Ummah can become if it unites, repents, and follows divine truth. Will we recognize him when he comes? Or will we be too lost in fitna to see? Let us prepare our hearts, not just for Mahdi's return, but for justice, for faith, and for the final chapter of human history. The awaited one shall rise. Will you stand with him or against him? Like, share, subscribe. More Islamic documentaries every week, uncovering prophecy, truth, and history.